Hey everybody! So this week I thought I'd take a trip down gaming memory lane again. Because I have multiple consoles, that I've bought over the years from like way back when and such. I thought maybe it'd be an interesting idea to talk about some of the stories behind these systems, like how I came across them and stuff. Now I do have other systems. These are just the ones that have like the best stories behind them. Unfortunately, another system I used to have that had a good story behind it was the Game Boy, the original Game Boy. I unfortunately no longer have that system, but fortunately I did make a video about the background of that, which if you're interested in that one, I'll put the link to that video in the description. You can add it to your watch later playlist or something. But anyway, let's talk about the other ones. First, we have the N64. Now, what had happened with this was that it was definitely in the year 2000. I had even though I didn't own an N64, I had two N64 games that I would play on my brother's N64. It was Pokemon Stadium and Gauntlet Legends. And I remember what had happened was I had gotten pissed at a game and I smashed the controller. Well, I don't think I broke it, or maybe slammed it. I guess I don't know. But anyway, my brother and I got into a bit of a spat of that. The funny thing actually is that my brother's a lot older than me, and I think he actually outgrew that. I think I outgrew that faster than he did. The whole smash the controller when you get pissed at a game. But anyway, so my mom was like, "Let's get you your own N64." So it was. I remember. God, anybody remember Ames Department Store? For those who don't, it was pretty much the same idea as Walmart, and it actually started right here in Massachusetts. Unfortunately, they went out of business in the early 2000s. But there used to be one across the street from my mom's house, and before it was an Ames, there was a Caldor, which was another line of discount department stores that they went out of business in the 90s. That's beside the point. So anyway, I remember being at Ames, because my mom would go there a lot for the common household items and stuff, being the fact that it was right across the street and such. But anyway, I remember always seeing the 6 different translucent N64s there. There was and each one had a different name. Green was jungle, blue was ice, orange was fire, pink was watermelon, gray or black was smoke. I always forget the 6th one, but I think it was purple and it was called grape. So anyway, I asked for the green one, because like I said, she said oh, let's get you your own. So I asked for the green one because it's my favorite color. It was on my Christmas wish list, so I got it for the Christmas of 2000. Along with I still have the matching controller, but unfortunately the analog stick is messed up. And I also got a blue ice controller and a memory card. Didn't get any games because I still had the other two, and my brother would let me play his games. I remember one that I played the crap out of was Turok Rage Wars, and speaking of which, didn't the first 2 Turok games get re-released for the Switch or something? Hopefully they'll do the same with Turok Rage Wars. I'd love to see that make it to the Comet Systems or whatever. But yeah, and then it was on Christmas vacation. I also got Rocket Robot on Wheels, which is a very unique platformer. That's a fun game. And I think it was after Christmas vacation I got Super Smash Brothers, which of course I had to have that. And I remember in February and stuff, I remember seeing commercials for upcoming games like Kirby 64, The Crystal Shards, which to this day is my favorite Kirby game, and Paper Mario, which both those games I used to rent all the time, and I did eventually buy them. So now we're going to fast forward all the way up to 2007, where I got my DS, Nintendo DS. Now, what had happened was, I think I was playing GameCube, or maybe watching TV or something, I don't know. But anyway, my brother came in, and he had just bought the DS, along with 2 games. He got Mario Kart DS and Star Fox Command. And he had said what he did, because it was tax season. He had said that he took, I think one of his tax refund checks, he took probably about 70-80% of it and deposited it in the bank. Then he kept out the other 20 to 30%, and then he cashed in his big tub of change. He's like, oh great, now I can buy the system and 2 games. So he did. And it was like, oh, Mark, you should get one. And I was like, oh, I don't know, or something. He's like, no, Mark, totally, you should get one. So as I'm sitting there playing GameCube or whatever, like literally every 10 minutes, he was sitting there playing the DS, and like every 10 minutes, he was like, "Mark, buy one." so he wore me down, and I did buy one. We went to Walmart, like the following week or whatever, like when I got my tax refund money. We went to Walmart, and I used some of my tax refund money to buy the system. It was a choice between, they only had two, it was white or pink. I was like, I'll go with the white one. And actually, I had to get Mario Kart DS, because, well, partially because my brother had it, and because I love Mario Kart, so we could do system-like and stuff. And the other game I got was Dragon Quest, Rocket Slime Adventures, and Here Comes the Cat. This is not like your traditional JRPG. It's more of a adventure game, but it's a lot of fun. I still occasionally dig this out to play from time to time. And over the years, I got more games for the system. Some were like whim buys, which I ended up selling and stuff, but there were others that I kept. Just got her tail on my face. I feel like Lone Star when Barf keeps hitting him in the face with his tail. But anyway, Spaceballs. Where was I going with this? But oh yeah, I remember there was times where my brother and I would do PictoChat all the time, and the stuff that we used to send each other. Well, let me put it this way: him and I have like wild imaginations, and we always big fans of toilet humor. So I'll just leave it at that. Excuse me, I gotta wet my whistle. So the following year, I got the Wii, which yeah, I think that's like a dead bug or something I squished on there. I haven't cleaned it off yet. But anyway, what had happened was my brother has his friend Mike, who actually I forgot something. Anyway, my brother's friend Mike, this is a kid who has like everything from the Atari 2600 to the Nintendo Switch, and he still plays them all too. But he got the Wii, or he had the Wii for a while, and then he got Smash Brothers Brawl when it came out. So then, because my brother was playing the Smash Brothers, he was like, oh, okay, I need to get now I need to get the Wii and Smash Brothers and stuff. So he did, and then when my brother did, so me playing Smash Brothers, and he showed me the whole virtual console thing and stuff, and I was like, now I have to get one. So it was funny. It was like, I think it was like a few days in a row, we went to Walmart to try and get the Wii. We found, because this was the time when the Wii was like selling like hotcakes, mainly because it was catered more towards like the casual audience. There was a lot of shovelware on here and stuff, but there was some good games on here too, a lot of hidden gems and stuff. But mostly it was people who bought the system, played it for like a month, and then it just became like a dust collector. But that was the reason why the Wii was so hard to find. But I did, I found Smash Brothers, so it's like I had a game, but I didn't have the system, so it was probably like the third or fourth day. I went to Walmart, they had one left, and I picked it up. I also got Destroy All Humans, The Wrath of Big Willie, or Big Willie Unleashed, excuse me. Because I always loved the Destroy All Human games. And this one, it's a little weird because it's like the kind of game you have to play with the Wiimote and the nunchuck, and it uses motion controls and stuff. But once you get the hang of the controls, it's actually a really fun game. And I remember, obviously it came with Wii Sports. And I remember one of the times I was playing that with my stepfather, and we were doing the bowling, and you go like that, and it was I had this like Lego Mega Bloks set, one of those like cheap little like $5 sets that's just like a figure with a little stand or something. It was on the end table, or in an end table, which my stepfather was standing right next to him. When he went to roll the ball, he actually, the Wiimote, or his hand in the Wiimote, hit the Lego Mega Bloks set, and it went it went flying into the TV. It was hilarious. So then, the year after that, I got an Xbox 360. It was actually a different one. I had the white one, which I'll get to more on that in a moment. But I had the original white one. Because I went to Best Buy and I got. It was actually like I forget how much it was. We'll just say like it was like $200 or $300, whatever. And it was like one version was just like the standalone console, but then there was another version for the exact same price. That came with a duo game. It was Lego Indiana Jones and Kung Fu Panda. To this day, I've never seen Kung Fu Panda, but I did play a little bit of that game. Mostly I played Indiana Jones. because I love Lego and the Indiana Jones movies. But I had also got Left 4 Dead and the Sega Sonic collection, Genesis collection thing. You know what I'm talking about. And over time I got more games for it and stuff. One game that I got was Earth Defense Force 2017. I remember buying this because my brother. This was like an early Xbox 360 title, so the achievements for it are very simple. But it's a simple game, but it's very fun to play. My brother had got it first, and then I bought it sometime after I started. What the hell do you call it? Like it was an FYE. I think it was like 10, 15 bucks or something. The guy's like, "Oh, I never heard of this game. I'll have to check it out." And I was like, "Oh yeah, it is. I played it. It is really fun. I just don't own it yet until now." But and there was 2 sequels too, which the 3 of the games my stepfather and I dumped so many hours into it. And the reason I wanted to talk about this one was because it was a funny thing is that one of the enemies you fight in this are giant spiders. I don't think there's a picture of them on here. No, there isn't. But there's giant spiders, and if you shoot them with like a machine gun, and they'll with certain weapons like the machine gun, if you shoot them, they'll kind of like jerk back and forth, and there are levels where you have like allies fighting alongside you, and there's vehicles you can drive. So there's this one level where there's like a huge horde of enemies, and including spiders, and so my stepfather was driving the tank, and then a spider like jumped onto him basically, and then one of the allies started shooting at him, so the spider was jerking back and forth while sitting on top of the tank. And my stepfather's like, "What the hell? He's humping the tank," because that's what it looks like. But anyway, eventually, 2 funny things actually. One was there was a TV that we had for like 10 years, and we were in the middle of playing the game, and the TV just died. And then there was another time, which brings me to the story of the newer Xbox 360, was that we were playing the game, and I got the red ring of death. So the system stopped working. It reached its, well, the story of the red ring of death. But anyway, it reached that point. So I got the newer system, like this one, which I still have. And forgot something, so I'll be right back. Sorry, one system I totally forgot about. My apologies. Might as well get a quick drink of water. But anyway, in 2013, in 2012, that was a very rough year for me. I went through a lot of like mental things and stuff, but that's beside the point. So I was like, it was just a very rough year. And then going into 2013, there was one of the things that kind of helped me was like that. This was a time when I was really getting more into YouTube, like watching people like AVGN and other like retro game reviewers and stuff, and it was like, it made me like, it was like watching these people. I was like, I kind of want to go back and play those games now and stuff, and like buy like the actual system. So my brother had found this pawn shop where they had like a lot of the old systems as well as other things, and so he had went there with his friend Mike, a different Mike, not the one with that has like all the consoles, but he went there and they like, my brother bought an NES and some other things. Then we went back another time, the 3 of us, and Mike bought a Genesis along with Sonic the Hedgehog, the first one, and I think a wrestling game. I think it might have been Raw or something. I'm not sure. And it was funny because there was it's not the greatest place in the world, but it was like it was convenient. It was there and stuff, and there was this kid that worked there, like on the weekends. He was probably 12, 13 at the time, and he would test the games that you were going to buy to make sure they were going to work. So it was funny. It was when I was there, I got the NES, which the way they sold it, it came with the system, all the control cords and stuff, 2 controllers, the zapper, and Super Mario Brothers / Duck Hunt. So, naturally, I got that game. Well, hold on a sec. I got, so the game with that game. While I was there, I also bought Dr. Mario, the original Turtles game, which, it's not as good good as any of the other Turtles games, but it has its moments. Like, it had... I think it was just like, it had a unique idea. Like, it was different, you know. It had good ideas, just not executed very well. We'll leave it at that. Then, the other game I got was The Little Mermaid, because I'm sure, like, if for those who never played this game or, like, heard of it, you probably think that, like, the first glance, you, like, think of, like, oh, it's some Disney princess game, but no, it's actually quite a bit of, like, a action platformer type of game. It's pretty much like, well, it's not really a platformer per se, but it's pretty much like, the best way to describe it, it has the same mechanics as the Chip and Dale Rescue Rangers game, but it's, you know, it's a very good game. But what was funny was Mike and the other kid were just like, because they had never heard of the game and stuff. But, you know, I remember my sister had this when we were kids, so I was like, I definitely have to get that because it's such a good game. And another game that I still had since I was a kid was the original Mega Man. So I was like, okay, I got a good variety of games here that I can play. You know, obviously over time I got more games for the system. Now I've lost track how many I have. Another thing that was funny while we were there is my brother bought Castlevania, because it was like, you know, they had the cheaper, more well-known games, common games and stuff on like a whole bunch of bookcases, and then the more rare and expensive games are in the case. So my brother was like, oh, I think I have to get Castlevania, which was in the case for like $10. And it was funny because it was like literally the next day he texted me. He was like, oh my god, fuck Castlevania, because he couldn't beat like one of the levels or something. It was just funny because he was like, I think I had to get Castlevania, and then 24 hours later, can't beat this game, fuck this game. Oh, it was hilarious. Another funny thing that happened to that store was my brother and I went there like at least 2 weeks in a row, I would say. And I was looking at the NES games, and there was this other kid there that was like, oh, these games used to be a lot cheaper. I was here like a month ago, and they were more expensive. Yeah, I wouldn't come back here again if I were you. Blah blah blah. And it was like I was like, oh yeah, okay, or something. Like I just kind of brushed them off. But it was like, oh, okay. In reality, what it is that, you know, because like I said, I was just there a week. He's like saying he was there like a month ago. I was just there a week ago, and the games were the exact same price. So basically, what this kid was doing, he was basically like trying to gatekeep, like, you know, but being like nice about it, like sugarcoated. He's like, no, you know, in reality, he's like, nope, this is my place to buy retro games. Get out of here. Like, he didn't say that, but that's basically what he was trying to do. So then, in November of 2014, well, first off, when the 8th gen was starting out, I was like, nothing's really grabbed my attention. Nothing really looks good coming out for the game systems or whatever. And I'm sure a lot of people feel that way when a new gen starts out. Then with like the Wii U, excuse me, I was like, well, some good games coming out for that. You know, I bought the Wii U as kind of like a whim buy, and I loved the Wii U. There was some good games on there, some hidden gems and such. And then it was the November of 2014. My mom won a Xbox One, or Xbone as I like to call it, which weighs a ton. She wanted it in a contest at work, so she gave it to me for Christmas. And it was funny because I didn't even hook the thing up till like February because I was so hooked on my Wii U. Like, but you know, I did eventually hook it up. You know, and it came with Forza number 5, and then I got like other games for the system over time and stuff. But yeah, so yeah, I know that story's not too exciting, but whatever. So then the last one is the SNES Classic Edition. Now, I've said this 1,000 times on my channel, but the Super Nintendo is my favorite console of all time, and because when this was coming out, and I was like, the library of games on it doesn't look too exciting, but you know damn well someone's going to find a way to hack this to add more games. So I was like, okay, what the hell, I'll get one. So it was on launch day, I walked over to my local Walmart. Yes, I walked. It was at least a mile and a half, whatever. But I was like, yeah, it was a nice day. It's a nice day out. I'll just walk over there, take my chances. You know, I got there around like 10 in the morning or something. You know, store had been open for like 2 hours or so. And so, you know, walked over to the electronics department, and I was looking around. I didn't see one. So I asked the woman working there, and she said, you know, if they have the SNES Classic Edition. She said, yep, we have one left. So what it was she had like a bunch of PS3s like stacked together, and like she had to move them over, and the system was behind it. So she had so I bought the system like $80 or 81 something, whatever, because we have sales tax here in Massachusetts. Um, and so then, after I bought it, some other girl came over and just like, "You have any left?" And just like, "Unfortunately, that was the last one." And then, as I was leaving, I walked by the service desk, and these two girls working, they were like, not like flipping out, but they were like scoffing and stuff. And one of them was like, "I'm going over there." So I'm guessing what had happened was that they asked the woman working at the electronics department, like, "Can you try and like hold a system or two for us or something?" She was probably like, "Well, I could try, but if somebody wants to buy them, I have to sell them to them." I'm just guessing that was what happened, so they were probably pissed because I bought the last one. And the funny thing is, I don't know, I have a feeling they were probably planning to scalp it. Just a thought, but yeah, I did eventually hack this thing, and I've added, actually it was like on 3 occasions I added like more games to it, because I would watch reviews and stuff, and I was like, "Oh, I gotta add this game to it, gotta add that one to it." Because I only put on games that I don't want to overload the system, and I wanted to do games that I know I would play. Like, something like Baseball 2000, which a game that my brother and I played like back in the early 90s, but it really has not aged well, so, that's a game I wouldn't play nowadays. Or Street Combat, which honestly, personally, I think that's the worst game ever made. It makes Shaq Fu look like a masterpiece. But anyway, those are just some of my favorite stories from some of my consoles. Like I said, I have others, but that's just a few of them. So until next time, everybody, thanks for watching, and have a nice day.